How's it going, you? My name is Wally, and welcome back to another film review. In today's review, we're going to be going over K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, I know this one has been a long time coming, and I'm a little late to the party on this one. I tend to not want to talk about something that's already been out for a couple months, and people are probably already past it over it at this point. But this one is an exception because K-pop Demon Hunters still has incredible star power. It is still very much a hot topic to this day. People will not shut up about it. This one's a good exception, and it's about time for me to talk about it, especially considering that I saw it in theaters for the first time, and that was an interesting experience as well. I'll get into it in a bit, but yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters is a movie that dropped on Netflix in the middle of the summer and just completely took the world by storm with its awesome animation, the lovable characters, and especially the songs that come with the film. What do I think about all that? How do I like it, right? Well, here are my thoughts. You already know how these videos go. I like talking about things that I love. It's kind of my job. Here's my report on K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters is definitely a movie that I had a lot of fun with. I enjoyed it. I'm a sucker for just a good time in the movies or just seeing a good movie. I'm a sucker for it. Looking at this movie, come on. It already looks like a fun time, even by its title and its premise. K-pop singers who fight demons. They're singers by day, fighters by night. That's already a premise that I'm a huge fan of. And also knowing the fact that Sony's the company behind this film, and knowing their filmography with awesome animation, with films like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Spider-Verse, Mitchell vs. the Machines, and some others as well. I've just even from the get-go, I already knew I was gonna like this movie a lot because I'm a big fan of the animation that this film possesses. I like seeing that studios are incorporating this film or incorporating this animation a lot more now. And it's definitely fun to see. And I feel like with this movie in particular, the animation that they use is honestly, it fits nicely, it fits perfectly, it's awesome. These characters, there's a reason why a lot of people will not shut up about this film. You got expressive animation with lovable characters who perform and sing right in front of you, which very much was the case for me. So part of the reason why I'm a little late to the part, or I guess you want to call it late, since this very much still is a very relatively new film that a lot of people are still talking about. At the time when this movie dropped, I did not catch it on Netflix. I knew of its existence very much, and a lot of people were loving it. I was just busy at the time doing other stuff. I was working. This was over the summer. I had a busy summer, y'all. You already know about this, but I was more focused on making reviews for other stuff, talking about other things as well. K-pop Demon Hunters, while it was one I wanted to talk about, I figured I could at least wait a little bit. I didn't think it'd be too much harm. And the movie drops on Netflix, becomes a big sensation. Everyone's talking about it, and it honestly became so big that Netflix decides to release the movie in theaters for a limited time weekend. Which sounds awesome, right? That's cool. I'm glad that we're giving these animated films that go to streaming a chance to make their theatrical debut. So that's very fun to see. And I got the privilege to go. Privileged. I don't know who do I think I am? I don't know. But I got the opportunity to go see the movie in theaters. When I heard that Netflix was going to be releasing in theaters, I knew that I should probably save my first time experience with this movie in the big screen. So that's what I did. I got myself tickets, went to the theater to go see it, and this was a sing-along event. So definitely not something I've ever been a part of before. And of course, while I'm in the movie, everyone there, without a doubt has already seen the film, knowing the songs like the back of their hand, everyone, quoting dialogues of the film like it's like they've seen it a million times before. It was very interesting. Definitely reminds me of, back to the whole Minecraft movie shtick with Chicken Jockey and other memeable moments where everyone knew what was coming, and in unison, we all got together and said the thing. And in this case, everyone got together and sang their hearts out loud. And it was definitely an interesting experience. Preferably not what I wanted my first experience to be. I just wanted to go in to see a awesome movie, just witness it. But That's kind of on me, you know. I should have seen this movie way beforehand. I didn't. I waited until I could see it in the big screen when, you know, I could have just seen it at home months before. And this was a sing-along event exclusively for, or really catered to those who have seen the film and love the songs. They want to go see it. That makes sense. That's kind of on me. But you know, that's my deal. We don't want to really hear about that. We want to hear about the movie. What do I think about the movie? Is K-pop Demon Hunters good? Is it bad? What is it? Wally, what do you think? You may be asking. And well, dear viewer, here's what I think about the movie. I think K-pop Demon Hunters is definitely a, you know, blast of a time and one of Sony's most entertaining films yet. And you know, that, I don't know how much that's saying considering Sony's track record with their movies, but looking at the good movies that they have made, it's safe to say that they know how to make a damn good movie. They know their stuff when it comes to the animation game, and when they lock in, they lock in. They know they're smart. They're a smart studio. They know how to make something good that the public loves to see and that we want to see. In the case of K-pop Demon Hunters, they're taking a very popular, you know, category of music and making pretty much a movie out of it with banger songs, banger animation once again, and banger characters to follow and see, you know, throughout the story, and the action that they do. Again, this movie has the total package when it comes to a good movie to watch, you know, with friends or family. And the movie is about these three girls who are K-pop singers, and they fight demons, pretty much like a side job. It's a very interesting premise, really fun. That sounds like a grand old time. And again, has banger music. And definitely has compelling elements too, you know, with characters that, you know, aren't boring to see. Definitely the strongest part about this film has to go to our main three leads of the film, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. And you know, if you want to have a good film, you definitely want to have strong leads. And while, you know, these trio of characters are definitely have the traits of other trios that we've seen in other movies or shows, it's still a blast to see these characters interact with each other and the dynamics that they share with each other. It makes for a good movie. It makes for a good story overall. It's very entertaining. You're never gonna be bored. There's not a moment in this movie where I was bored, and I doubt there's gonna be a time in any part in this movie where you'll be bored. It is constantly just eye candy and just entertaining from beginning to end. Maybe to a fault, a little bit, because the pacing can definitely get really wild, especially within the first 15 minutes. It's definitely a fast moving movie, but I feel like it's definitely appropriate for a movie titled K-pop Demon Hunters, where you just have constant action, constant singing, definitely good stuff. Little time to slow down, so, you know, if it's, you know, definitely want to, like, wish there was some parts where they could catch our breath a little bit, but this movie felt exhilarating. It honestly felt like I was just on adrenaline and on energy drinks the whole way through. So that was a wild time, especially in the movie theaters. But this movie, you know, while as good as it is, I still do have a little bit of, like, you know, subpar complaint. You know, nothing too major. Because it's hard to talk anything like ill or bad about the movie. I'm not one to, like, call things out that are atrocious about most things that I watch, because I want to enjoy the things that I watch. I hardly focus on the negatives unless it's a movie or show that's just abysmal. I'm going to be talking about the stuff I like. And when it comes to the movie, there's definitely some underdeveloped parts that could have been explored more, especially with our three main leads of the film, with our main character, Rumi, definitely having the most, you know, she's our focus of the film. She's the one that we're following her struggles and what she's doing to, you know, overcome them. And when you have a trio that's, you know, this powerful in their dynamics and their relationship with each other and just overall entertaining, it's interesting that we don't get a lot of development with the other two leads. You know, we got Zoe and we got Mira. Definitely would have liked to see a lot more of them, or a lot more of, like, what their personal struggles are. And we definitely do know what they are. We get, you know, it's mentioned, and we see how that, you know, does affect them at a certain point. But overall, nothing, you know, grand. Not enough screen time, if that makes any sense. And, you know, that definitely could have been explored more. But the whole movie is, takes our focus. We're mostly focused on our main character, her struggle of being half demon, half human, what she's doing to overcome that, and also trying to get help from another demon who is a part of the K-pop boy group. And they're fun. A lot of people go crazy for them because of their songs. Again, this movie is honestly the catchiest movie of the year. That's what this one is, y'all. So yeah, some underdeveloped parts with some of the characters. While they all were really entertaining, not just from our main trio, but also some side characters like the girl's like agent who notifies them about upcoming things. He was a blast of a guy. Even the doctor that they go see to help out the main character and her vocal cords, that was a lot of fun. The K-pop boy group, again, entertaining, just zany humor and like slapstick. I'm a huge fan of that comedy. I love seeing it. It was all a blast this movie was a blast all around. Definitely not going to be bored when watching this one, y'all. So, K-pop Demon Hunters, a big sensation for Netflix and animation as a whole. Glad to see more of these films popping up and just taking the world by storm. I want to see more of it, and I definitely think we will be seeing a lot more, considering that Netflix, knows how well this movie's performing and is wanting to do a lot more with it. And for fans of the film, that's awesome. I'm curious to see what more there is to see of this world of K-pop Demon Hunters, and I hope that they definitely know what they're doing. Sony, I can trust. Netflix, we'll have to wait and see. We already have talked about some live action adaptation of this film, which take that as you will. I'm personally I'll see how that goes. I'm not really that big on live action stuff, but we'll see. Potential sequels or even spin-offs or a show of some sort, I think will be a lot of fun to see. This world of K-pop Demon Hunters has so much to explore with its world building, even like characters and lore. Good stuff all around. I think it'd be fun to see more of it. And so we'll see how that goes. But for now, that was my review on K-pop Demon Hunters. If y'all haven't seen it already, go watch it. It's literally on Netflix, or pirate it if you can't afford Netflix. I don't know. But it was a big hit. How have you not seen it? It's fun. Watch it again. Watch it over and over again. You might as well. That's my thoughts and reviews. Thank you all so much for watching. That's all I really got to say. Look forward to some more future uploads. Definitely got more stuff coming down the pipeline. And I'll be doing my darn best to keep them out at a steady pace as much as I can, while also juggling school and other side stuff as well. It's a lot of fun talking about stuff. You know me. This is what I do now. So let's look forward to the good stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. Once again, I'll be seeing you in the next one. For now, stay safe.